Alright, we're on to this one. So this one should go fast. It's fuel system. The valve was off. If I'm lucky, the carburetor will be clear. If not, the carburetor's got to be cleaned out. That's going to be the hardest part of this job. Oil needs to be changed because I know when I looked at it, it was dark and low. Actually, no, hold on. See, that's why you gotta wipe it off. Screwed in. That's not bad. It's mid-range. You know what I mean? It's like halfway there. You would know when you check oil because if it's done, it's black, pure black. When it's fresh, it's, you know, like, you know how it looks when it's fresh, right? I mean, it's got that color to it, but it's clearer. That's like halfway. That's screwed in. With Honda, though, I think you check it before you screw it in. So if you do it before you screw it in, then it's low. Right? If it's like this, then it's low. If it's screwed in, then it's on the money and mid-range. I have to check. I forget. Some, it's, you gotta put it all the way in. And then others, it's like that, not screwed in. For Honda, I forget. Briggs, it's easy, you know, because the thing has to go down in all the way. So, that I gotta look up real quick, because it usually says it somewhere on these things. It's something I forget, because you got so many different engines. It's different for everyone. It's too bad it doesn't say. Some of them it tells you. See, it don't tell you on this one. Damn, I'm gonna have to look it up. It's another 160cc. It's just like the other engine. It's just the only things that really changed were the top cover and the lack of a throttle and a bigger gas cap. Everything else on these is the same as the other one. Oh yeah, this. I blew it out, but I'll probably be changing that. I mean, that's not even horrible yet. That's like halfway there, and that's just some oil or gas stain that, but still, I'll probably change that. Alright, so fuel system, oil, blades. They're actually not that bad. They do need to be sharpened, but they're not terrible. They're in better shape than the other ones are, but these ones are a little bit different, I think. Slightly larger. Belt looks good, right? Right. Make sure it's not off track. This transmission is metal. The other one's plastic. Okay. These are the new wheels I put on already. Fronts are worn down pretty good, but not all the way, so I didn't buy front wheels. This is where they, see on the other one you had to put a mulch plug in. This is where they built it in, and it just shuts. Just like the Toros do now. But yeah, see the paint on this one is way better shape. It's just going about finding it to touch it up. It was a pain in the ass just to find it online. And then when you look it up, it doesn't come in a can with like the color. It comes in one of those cans. And it's like 2 cans. It's like a 2-can kit, I think. I don't know why they're doing that. I think maybe one of them is a clear coat and one of them is the main coat. I don't need a clear coat. I just want the one. But when they show it, when I looked it up, it was 2 cans. It says Honda on it, and the cans have clear tops. So, and I forget how much it was. I gotta look harder and see if I can just order the 1 can, the actual color, and go about it that way. Year-wise, it was determined it's either 2018 or later going by this K10. So it's probably either a 2018 or a 2019. I got this, it's 22 right now. I got it in 2020, I believe. Not last year, right? Not last year. Was it last year? The beginning of last year? It might have been the beginning of last year. 21. But I think it's an 18 or a 19. The K9 is a color like that, more simple. Then they went on this K10, they changed this color. A little difficult to find. That's it, though. I already replaced the cable. That's good. This is working. Yeah, let's get to it. I'm gonna look up right now about the oil checking on this one to make sure. And then we'll get to the draining of the fuel system. Alright, I just checked it. Yeah, you have to check this oil with the dipstick not screwed in. That's critical because you go from a safe oil level, thinking you've got a safe oil level, to low. If you don't know that, they should put that on the dipstick. They should have that written on the stick. It should say, do not screw in. So it's only halfway there. Alright, so I have to decide whether I'm just going to top it off or change it completely. Let me feel the viscosity of it. No, you know, that still smells like fresh oil. That's the other thing. When oil's fresh, it has that smell to it when it's fresh. I'm just going to top it off. 10W30 is acceptable, or 30 weight. 530 is usually for cold weather. 530 is also acceptable. The most important thing is you have it up to the level and clean, but especially up to the level. That is the most important part. Yeah, it didn't need to be changed. It's on the money and it's clear. So we're good. Oil's good. That's done. One thing I like about the Hondas is how easy the cover is to take off. It's funny. I was missing one of these on one. They want like, I don't know, $2, $3 for one of these if you had to order that. So on one engine, in fact, is it the one over here? No, I had one. Oh, yeah, it was the one I put back with the messed up gas tank. I found a bolt that was close enough because I wasn't, you know, buying a bolt for $3. The other thing I want to mention about these is how I like how easy it is to take these off compared to even the Briggs. This just pops right up, and then you just remove the line right here. I'll pinch it off, and that's it. Drain the fuel out nice and easy. And then swish some fresh gas through it, drain that, and then it'll be good to go from that end. And then I had to check and see if that carburetor is okay. Okay, good. The brake is reaching. Barely. Or that just doesn't, is it what, just barely reaching it? Because this cable I use is slightly shorter. You know, it's enough to kill the spark, but I didn't think it was long enough for the brake to reach. Maybe it's long enough to where it's just reaching it, or it's just not. That's probably what it is. Because with that brake on, this thing shouldn't be able to turn over that easy. But like I said, whatever. The main thing is it kills the spark. That's the most important thing. All that does is stop it faster. So, it's going to stop quick anyway. The grass adds resistance. So once you kill the spark, It's probably gonna stop within like a turn at the most. Alright, let me I don't like these clips that they use, and the fuel line they use on these is a lot cheaper than what they use on the American engines, especially that side. It's really thin. But it is what it is. That's how they do it. At least it's the Japanese stuff and not the cheap Chinese stuff that deteriorates really quick. When I know I'm more than likely going to make contact with gas, I wear the gloves. Gloves skyrocketed during COVID, and it never came down. But still, I can't stand getting gas on my hands, because then once you do, it's really hard to get that off, and the smell lingers on. Sometimes, you know, you go to sleep and you still got that smell of gas on your hands. I can't stand that. So I wear the gloves. And it's not good to let that stuff get in your skin. One of the reasons why it's probably not a good idea to be a gas attendant full time. Not only is it you're making contact with your skin, but you're breathing in those fumes all day. That's really bad, actually. And I heard a guy that was saying that it was a dude that was starting to have where he was like having the jitters, you know what I mean, from being around, being exposed to that stuff for so long. That's, you know, not cool. And diesel fuel, oh, that stuff is really raunchy stuff. As I was pouring that fuel out to get rid of it, I realized it was still fresh. It's got a red color to it, so it's either really good gas or it had an additive to it, but it's still good gas. Now, under normal circumstances, any other time, that would have been stale gas. I didn't dump it all out. I left enough. I'm turning the line on. Let's see if this thing starts. I think it's going to start, unless that carburetor's clogged up, which I doubt it, looking at the condition of that gas. But if that fuel shutoff was on when I got this machine, and that gas sat in the carburetor, it still could have gone stale. I'm going to give this thing a 75% chance that it's going to start right now by judging the fuel in that tank. Oh, see, look at that. That's why I don't like this stupid fuel line. Look, now it's got a little crack in it, and it's going to stinking leak. Gonna have to trim it back or put a new piece on. That sucks. That's the way it goes. Hold on, let me get a clamp. Let me give it a little help. Gas in the tank wasn't bad. Alright, it's got auto choke. It's not starting, so it means the carburetor is probably clogged, unless I get lucky. And once I get it going, it stays going. Rarely does that ever happen. Come on. Well, now that air filter needs to definitely be changed. Sucked it under there and said bye-bye. That's alright, I was gonna change it anyway. That was a dumb move though. Alright, carburetor's gotta come off. No edits here. So, if I screw up like that, you get to see it. It was only the air filter though. Now, if it had been that plastic cover, Well, I have them, but if it had been that plastic cover and I didn't have that cover, then I would have been pissed off, because then that would have been something I would have had to have bought. Might as well just show it real quick. Alright, and then there's your main jet. Hold on, let me see. Turn that on. That's obstructed, so it can't pick up fuel. That's where the fuel gets picked up, brought into the throat of the carburetor, and then when it's running, the throttle, air fuel mix directs the gas in to the engine block, and then the piston consumes the fuel, right? And then exhaust. That's how a carburetor works, pretty much, in the most simplest way explained. Alright, this one wasn't that bad. The emulsion tube isn't blocked up. I mean, I'm gonna clean it anyway, but it's just the main jet that's blocked. Let me see if I can show what comes out. Hang on. It's too big. It cleared it though. I think it was that little speck right there. See it? Right there. I think that's what it was. Really small. These jets on these newer ones are much smaller. These engines must run leaner. Oh yeah, definitely. There's no way they don't. I barely even get this one through. It's the smallest one I got. There it is. Ream it, right? Now I'll get it with car clean. That's all it was. This one wasn't really that bad. It was just this mainly. I mean, there's some crap down in here that quite possibly could have gotten picked back up, but yeah, see that right there? That would have gotten picked up and clogged it again. But that's what it is. It's a real fine crap. See it? And it just builds up and it is crap. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of that in that, like this. Oh yeah. And your engine's not gonna run. That simple, that easy. Ethanol. Alright, it's clean. A lot of times on like these parts and the bowl, it's best to use a wire brush. Nothing else was gonna get that stuff off of there, and it would have broke down. In fact, I still see a little bit right there. I gotta get. It will break down when the gas hits it and then clog up again. And nothing else, not even like a toothbrush, won't do it. It's not. It's gotta be really abrasive. And see these? They're not just. See, they're abrasive on the end, so it gets it out of there. If it was just smooth, it wouldn't. That's the last spot I gotta get, and we're good to put it back together now. Oh, and it's a good idea to clean that garbage out while you're at it. And on here, just take it with the tube off and spray it out of there. Alright, it's back together. It wasn't bad, it was just whatever that crap was, it was really gritty. Really chalky, like caulky crap. And the outside of it was filled with dirt. Kind of like on the back of that, it was filled with it. That's all of it right there. It wouldn't really affect the operation. The thing is, you've got to get that off before you can start cleaning this, or that's going to get in and make things worse. That's why it's good to clean those parts off, because, you know, it's just better for everything. Air, filtration, all of it. Alright, here's what we got. Engine runs great now. It was smoking a little bit at first. I guess it was burning off some of that old shit. So I tested it. Oh, I know what I went inside for. See, I went inside and I was like, what did I go in there for? I know exactly what I went in there for as soon as I touched that air filter cover. An air filter. I was running this without one. Anyway, what I was gonna say was, yeah, see, I hate these fucking clips. These cheap clips they put on these things. They're pointless. But anyway, self-propelled's a little bit weak. So I think what it is the belt stretched out. Because I can get it to work, but it only really wants to go at full speed. But then it goes at full speed. So either that or the cable needs to be adjusted, if there's a way to adjust it. So I gotta check. I gotta get up under there and see. But I know when I was under there the first time, I could tell just by touching the belt that it was really like slack. You know, it had a lot of slack in it. So I think the belt's probably just stretched out, because it's that system where the more the more you squeeze down the lever, the faster it goes. You know, that decides the speed. Not like the other one, that's a 3-speed. It has actual gears that select the thing. Okay, this thing. See, I'm just working this stupid clip back on. They're stupid. The stupidest clips they ever could have come up with. And you really don't even need them. Honestly, you don't even need these stupid things. But yeah, like I was saying, it seemed to me the belt was stretched out. Now, question is, why is it still letting it? So you got an adjustment up here for it. Okay, this allows you to adjust where this thing starts working. Right here, middle, you can keep going down all the way. So I have it adjusted all the way up so that right here is full pressure. So from here, I gotta look and see if this cable, which runs into the handlebar right here, has an adjustment, which it does. Here we go. There's the answer right there that I was looking for. Battery must be getting low. I can't see the screen well. I got one more air filter left after this. And I just bought a 5-pack, like what? A couple weeks ago? Got one more. It's too bad the other one got run over because it wasn't horrible. It was just, it had a little oil stain on it. Alright, let's adjust this thing so that the self-propel works for us now. It's a jam nut. So you put one wrench here, and then that one will loosen it. And then my guess would be we want to go up, making the cable a little bit shorter to give us less slack, and it'll pull everything tighter. Alright, I gave it about 3 turns up. Let's see if that makes a difference. And then you gotta go on the charger or you're gonna die. Either I gotta go the other way or I need a lot more. Let me put you on the charger. Alright, you guys got 5%. I was wrong, I had to go the other way. So I remember I was saying I was gonna have to go up. It was actually opposite, it was down. If you can see that, it looks like I only had to go 2 turns. I don't know for sure because I went up so much originally. I had to come back down about 8. But anyway, now it starts right up and it's very nice and responsive. The other thing that's funny too about this is when it shuts down, it's like an old mower. It cranks down. It doesn't stop immediately anymore like the new ones do because of that cable. Damn it, bad spot. There we go, look at that, that's good. In fact, maybe even a little bit too fast. I can always adjust it back. Alright, there's only one thing left to do. Sharpen the blades, and then mechanically it's done. New air filter. Oil was added. Carburetor was cleaned, fresh gas. Sharpen the blades. There was a new cable added. 2 new rear wheels. The cable was adjusted for the drive. That's it. Last thing is to sharpen the blades, and then we're up to cosmetics. Wash, repaint the handlebars. And then I gotta figure out what the heck I'm gonna do about this. Whether I'm just gonna get some touch-up paint that's close, or get the actual stuff. Oh, and maybe a decal or 2. I have them. And then that's it. It's done. Alright, just like I predicted, this one went fast. Mechanically, it's good to go, 100%. I actually did mow a couple sections before I sharpened the blade. Yeah, it looks really good. Because it has a striper. So. And this thing's been on charge for a while, so I don't even know. Someone probably already contacted me about that one. I'm about to find out right now. Alright, so now what I have to do is wash it, and then I don't know, if there's time left, I'll probably be able to touch up the handlebars with the black today. And then the only thing left after that will be to touch up the actual deck. I mean, I could get away with not doing it and still get 3, probably. But like, Yeah, for photos, you want this stuff touched up. I mean, like I said, if I could get this paint right now immediately, it would have been easy peasy. But if not, I'll just get some kind of gray, even if it just, you know, hides this little stuff. You know, and that little rusty spot, I'll hit that with black, the high heat black, so it can't, you know, melt off. And then that's it. It'll be ready to go. So this one will be ready to go tomorrow. And then I can go pick whatever the next one's gonna be. I've got so many to pick from. It's not even funny, so. But yeah, it's cool the way this thing shuts down. And, you know, slowly, you know, shuts down, not immediate. Big as an. Yeah, okay. I don't know, maybe I'll throw a quick patch on that, cut a piece and put it on from behind in that one spot. Yeah. But right now it's a functioning unit, 100%. Alright guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. I guess the next one after this will just be the end result, how it looks once it's done. After I do my thing. Later.